I'm very excited for this video because we are going to be breaking down Brisbane's cheapest suburbs 2025 edition. Hey, it's Lukeception, and we're going to be going through some key suburbs, some I've even bought in myself personally, and have some growth potential because they are on the more affordable price range here in Southeast Queensland. So can you guess what the number one cheapest suburb is in Southeast Queensland? Is it in Moreton Bay, Logan, Ipswich or Redlands? It's probably not going to be in Brisbane City Council because there is a leaderboard of 2025 lowest price suburbs and we're going to unpack them together. And you might be asking me, Luke, are there still any cheap houses to buy in Southeast Queensland? Brisbane has grown so significantly the last 3-5 years. You know, I'm seeing $1 million being the kind of price point. I don't think I can break into the market with $750,000. Well, the reality is it is still possible to buy in affordable locations where there's established suburbs, including train lines and schools and access to Brisbane CBD. And this map gives you a kind of view of Southeast Queensland. The red suburbs are typically here in Brisbane City Council. North, we've got Moreton Bay. On the Bay side, we've got Redland City Council. The south side, we've got Logan, which you can see there's a mix of red and yellow and green. And then Ipswich City Council, you can see there's a lot more green suburbs. And what these colors mean is affordability. The data tends to show that the green suburbs have a price point of less than $825,000. The yellow suburbs are between $825,000 and $1.2 million. And the red suburbs are over $1.2 million here in Southeast Queensland. So as you can see, we're going to be looking at whether it's in Moreton Bay or Logan or Ipswich, where the bulk of these suburbs are located. Now, I think it's important to lay some ground rules together to make sure we're not cheating on ourselves in terms of where these opportunities lie. They should be houses only, not units. We're looking across Brisbane, Ipswich and Logan. We're not including the Moreton Bay Islands because if you look out on the islands of Redlands and Moreton Bay, you know, you've got Russell Island and locations up on the Moreton Bay Peninsula where there's these little islands which are going to sell for land and houses going to sell for $300,000 or $400,000 because you have to get there by boat. So excluding those assets. We're looking at the data from CoreLogic, or it's not now called Cotality, and RP Data is the main data house, and August 2025. And we're ranking these suburbs by median house price over the past 12 months. So you might go out there today and say, oh, I can't buy for this price, but it's the median house price over the past year that we're looking at, which gives you an indication that it's still going to be more affordable than the neighboring suburbs around it. So now we've got those ground rules out of the way, let's see what our top 10 cheapest list looks like. At number 10, it's a favorite of mine because I've just bought 2 properties in this suburb. It's Bundamba in Ipswich City Council. And the median price over the last 12 months have been $645,000. And I personally bought my deals for around $625,000 to $638,000 for some larger blocks and homes that needed some renovation work. But what I'm seeing on the ground is these properties are going towards that $700K mark rapidly. And that could be the case for the rest of this list because that's where first home buyers start to lose out on stamp duty at the moment over that $700K price point. And so let's take a look at number 9. Now, number 9 is Booville, also located in Ipswich City Council along the train line, and median price point of $636,000. One of the things you've got to be wary of Booville and probably a lot of these suburbs is housing commission, flood overlays, and are there any soil issues with the property you're looking at in these cheaper suburbs? There's a reason they are cheaper. Yes, they might be more affordable and have good growth potential, but even when I was looking at my Bundamba deal, I was still being very wary of it being higher on a hill and in a better location and flood free and all those things. So just be wary of that when you're looking at this list. But $636,000 in Booville is quite affordable. Now, number 8 on our list is also a very close neighbour, and that's Ebbvale. Along the train line as well, a smaller suburb right near Booville and Bundamba, and that also has a median price of $634,000. Number 7, we've got 1 Mile. So we've changed locations here. We've gone to the western side of Ipswich. So the first 3 suburbs and numbers 8 to 10 were on the eastern side, closer to Brisbane City Council. And 1 Mile is on the western side of Ipswich, so further away from the Brisbane CBD, with a median price of $630,000. Moving on to number 6, And that's Leichhardt, located right next to 1 Mile. So you can see a bit of a pattern and trend here. We're looking at Ipswich City Council, we're looking around the train line to begin with, and then Leichhardt and 1 Mile right next to each other with the school nearby at $625,000. Moving through here to number 5, we've got Gales, located near the jails and the floods. So you're just going to be wary of those things, that there is a jail or correction facility nearby in Gales. You've got $623,000, or it's actually located at Wacol, but Gales is near Goodna, again, a lower socioeconomic area, floods to be wary of. You can see in this photo here, it's a good example of a house that's underwater completely, but a median price of $623,000. Number 4, we have North Booville, which is even more underwater than normal Booville. And so that's probably why it's a lot cheaper. You can see Fale Park here with a median price of $622,000. Number 3, we have Riverview. And there's a reason it's called Riverview, because the houses tend to have a river view when there's lots of rain and you're nearby the creek. But a median price of $606,000. Number 2, we're moving into the top 2. Churchill, located on the southwestern side of Ipswich City Council, tends to be some smaller blocks, again, flood overlays to be wary of. There is a lack of access to a lot of infrastructure like train networks and some job infrastructure nearby, and that's why it's got a lower median price point around that $597,000. And so this leads me into number 1 on our list for Greater Brisbane's cheapest suburb, and that is Dinmore, with a price of $570,000 for a median house over the last 12 months. Now, it's important to remember not to always chase the cheapest property. This list is to just give people the idea that there are still houses sub $700,000 in Southeast Queensland. But as you would have heard me joke throughout this video, there are some reasons that these suburbs are cheaper, whether it's socioeconomics, flood overlays, soil issues, correctional facilities nearby. There's things you need to be wary of when you're looking in these more affordable locations. Now, I have personally bought 2 properties in Bundamba, which was number 10 on this list. And I expect these more affordable suburbs to have stronger growth. And that's what the data is showing us, is that the more affordable suburbs in Southeast Queensland, sub $900,000, have had a higher percentage of growth than the higher end homes here in Southeast Queensland over the last 12 to 18 months. But when it comes to my personal property portfolio, I focused on quality and growth first. So I bought more blue chip assets in more inner city and scarce locations. I then bought a unit block with Emily in Coffs Harbour to diversify and give us a regional aspect to our property portfolio. And then over the last 12 months, we've purchased 4 houses. 2 at that medium price level, one at the north side of Brisbane in Moreton Bay, located in Bray Park, one on the south side of Brisbane for around $850,000, located in Shayla Park, which is in Logan, and then the 2 most recent deals that I purchased in Bundamba, which is in Ipswich City Council. And so you can see that if you look at my journey, I've gone growth first, back to a bit of cash flow, then to some mid-tier properties, and then filling out my property portfolio with these cheaper style assets. Now, not everyone can have the serviceability and affordability that I've been able to follow in terms of my journey. And so you do need to look at your borrowing capacity and what you are limited by. And if these are the only types of deals that you can break into, the more affordable end of the market, then make sure you're buying the right deal for you for the right price in the right location. And that's exactly what we do as buyers agents here in Southeast Queensland. We help owner-occupiers and investors across Greater Brisbane buy the right property for the right price in the right location. And so if you're interested in using our buyers agency services, head over to purposeproperty.com.au to book in a free chat with myself. The main thing I want to see and a takeaway from this video is that you are thinking about taking action. Whether you're using a buyer's agent services like myself or you're doing it alone, the biggest thing and the reason I make these YouTube videos is to help people. I want to be bringing you value. And so the idea and purpose of this video was to show you that there are more affordable opportunities out there. You've just got to find the needle in the haystack. So drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and click this video over here for more things real estate, renovating, and financial freedom. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.